this monthly market update. We're about to start. We have Lea Muething on the call, who's going to be talking about what happened in July, a very exciting month for some reasons that you're going to find out about in a minute. And of course, we are going to cover gossip, because there's a little bit of gossip in the market. But first, we're still waiting on people to dial in. So we're going to give it a couple of more minutes. This webinar will be over within 15 minutes of its start date. So you can plan on your next meeting and your next call right now. But Lea, thanks for joining us today. And I know you just come back from delightful holidays. So I'm especially appreciative that you've been able to dial in and address this. For everyone who's on Facebook, thank you again for joining us through Facebook. We're experimenting with making it a live stream through Facebook and on YouTube at other times. Please support us, like us, so that we can know whether people appreciate this, and we can do more of it if that's the case.
Yeah, also hello from myself to everyone, and thank you has already joined so far. Also appreciate being here, back from holidays, and yeah, we're going to talk about July. We're almost through August already, so we'll obviously also cover a little bit of that in the upcoming minutes.
Where did you go, by the way, Lea? Quickly.
I went to Germany and Italy.
Okay, lucky person.
Yes.
Okay, folks, we're going to get going.
So
Lea, again, thanks for joining us. For those people who've dialed in, we are trying out this idea of a monthly markets update. We've been a bit chaotic in confirming times in advance. After this one, we're going to publish a schedule of market updates for the rest of the year, so you can diarise it if you like it. We're going to rely on you to help us spread the message about doing this. And but it is going to be live streamed on Facebook or YouTube, depending on what our comms team tell us is most popular and people want most of all. Help us with liking those things so that we can build an audience. And it's also available as a recording via climatebonds.net/webinars or on our YouTube channel. Just search for Climate Bonds Initiative. Tell us what happened last month, I think is the best thing. Oops, I've lost the slide deck. Damn. Let me just start it up. Lea, over to you. Tell us what happened last month. Give us the headlines.
Yeah, thank you very much, Sean. As we can see in the chart, it looks very colorful, and it's getting more colorful in the green bond market, I would say. So July 2020 was the record month of this year's issuance. We had 20 billion issued only in that month, which is great to see. So it's a great start to the second half of this year. We can see that we had issuance from a lot of different countries and 2 newcomers indeed.
But look at Germany. What's happening in Germany? What's happening in Germany? Through the roof.
Well, Germany.
And this is before the gossip we're going to share about what's happening now in the market.
Correct. So there's even more to come. Germany, the issuance actually mainly came from KfW, obviously a repeat issuer in the market who issued one of the 10 largest deals ever issued with 3 billion euros, 3.5 billion USD. Large deal financing renewable energy and low carbon buildings. And obviously good to see. I saw there's another deal for August. I think almost the same size or even bigger. So there's even more to come for that as well.
Fantastic. Thank you, KfW. But I'm porridge. You're talking about new countries. Go ahead.
Yeah, of course. So yeah, as you correctly pointed out, Germany leading the country rankings in July. But then we also have Georgia and Guernsey, who also joined the country list in July. We have a $250 million issuance from Georgia Capital PLC. And then we have Global Worth Real Estate with 400 million euros. So it's great to see that there are more countries who are seeing the opportunities of issuing green bonds. And yeah, these are the 2 newcomers for July.
Now, I'm never really sure whether we should call Guernsey a country or not. I hope I don't offend everyone there. but it's great to see anyway that there's a green bond coming out of there. And of course, Georgia's been working on this for a long time, I know. And I know the central bank there is very keen on growing the market. But we've got some other interesting bonds that you wanted to draw our attention to. Tell us about what's on this particular slide. For those of you that are coming by mobile phone, we've got a slide that shows that July is the best issuance of the month, right? Of the year, I should say, Lea. So we're back up again.
Exactly. So just to give an overview, we had quite strong issuance from financial corporates, from the green loan side, and also from development banks in July. What I wanted to point out is an interesting deal that comes from Singapore, M&S, who are financing with a 3 billion green loan the building, the Platinum LEED certified building of Marina One. So it will finance office as well as retail components of this particular building. And this is the second largest green loan ever signed. So wow. This is mainly the green loan issuing comes from. And we can also see it's the strongest this year. And I think it's even the strongest, the second strongest ever we've seen per month so far. So this is also another record for July.
And green loans operate the same as a green bond. It's just that it's a binary transaction, right? One-to-one. That's all it is for our purposes.
Exactly.
And this is a very big area in many markets. But our problem is we don't always get visibility. We don't always hear about them, do we?
That is correct. These deals are more private, so it's a bit more difficult to actually get transparency on them. If we have it, it's great. There are even certifications for green loans. Some have very good disclosure on the proceeds. So as I said, the proceeds concept on green loans is the same as for green bonds. They have to go towards certain kind of projects. So if we get transparency on them, obviously we record those as well. And they also go in our climate bonds, green bonds database.
So if you're out there and you've been involved in a green loan, make sure you tell us about it. We want to promote it and include it. We need that data, and encourage your friends. But of course, the big news this month was the humongous bond that was issued in the US. Tell us about it.
Yeah, I am assuming you're talking about Google/Alphabet.
Oh, you guessed.
I guessed. Who came up with the largest corporate sustainability bond ever issued of a size of 5.8 billion US dollars. No information on oversubscription. We could just see that was oversubscribed multiple times. So in any case, that is really good news. And obviously also great to see such a deal from such a large company with this size.
And Visa as well.
Visa as well, of course. Visa is also the first of its kind in the industry with the green bonds. Just we keep in mind, Google is a sustainability bond, so it also covers some of the social categories, for example, support for SMEs affected by COVID, but also topics like clean transportation and energy efficiency in data centers, which is obviously very topical, and it's just going to get more topical going forward. And yeah, we have Visa as well with a 500 million deal, financing sustainable consumer behavior amongst others. So this is really great to see. And we also have seen that they have appointed a chief sustainability officer recently. So this is also a step in the right direction.
So just tell me about the use of proceeds then. Visa, what do they do with the money to become green? How does that work in practice?
Yeah, of course. So there are multiple different categories. Most of the green bond frameworks also cover categories that are not used for each of the issuances. So for Visa, it is mainly sustainable consumer behavior. It is clean energy, green buildings. So we have a broad range here as well. Okay,
so the sustainable consumer behavior, do we know what they mean by that? Or is that something, I appreciate there's more investigation you're doing. I'm curious because I don't recollect seeing anything like that before.
Yeah, this is actually very kind of a new thing, I would say. I would also compare it to Germany's coming up sovereign bond, because they issued a green bond framework recently, and they actually have intangible assets in there. So I would actually compare it to this. Germany, for example, with the coming up sovereign bond, will finance research, innovation, and awareness raising with their green debt. So this is
I see.
similar to that. It is somewhat intangible, obviously more difficult to measure as well. So the impact for these bonds will be more difficult to measure. But in any case, a good right step. And I mean, I've already alluded to the next gossip we have here.
So let's go into that. Germany's in the market this week, right now, with its first bond, and they're going to issue a vanilla with a green, two separate ISINs side by side, because they want to explore price. Now, the last German bond I saw got negative 0.26 interest or something like that. It was like unbelievably low. So finding a price difference at that price is going to be challenging. But is this the first negative interest rate green bond we can expect, or did Netherlands get negative as well? It's pretty amazing anyway, isn't it?
It is, and it's going to be very exciting to see what is going to happen there. And Germany is going to be joined by Sweden as well. We've seen that Sweden had published their green bond framework recently as well, and the issuance is in the pipeline. So up until 20 billion Swedish krona, I believe. So there is a lot to come. They will finance climate investments, seas and water projects, biodiversity, as well as railway maintenance. So especially for these two issues, we can look out for. And then we also had Thailand already this month in August, not July, with partially financing COVID support responses, but also green projects, which made up a third of this deal, which was issued in tranches, and therefore we can also see it as a green bond.
So sovereigns are going to be the story of the future. I think this is just the beginning of it. If you want to read the blog, on the screen, the full link is there, but you just need to go to climatebonds.net and search for blogs and look for the link to blogs, and you'll read this. Please do subscribe to Future. Remember to like us. And that's the end for today, Lea. Come back, everyone, next month when we tell you about how the German Bund has gone, the Green Bund, how the Swedish Green Bond has gone, and how the Thai Sustainability Bond has gone, all of which we expect to go gangbusters. So it's going to be a very exciting report in September, just after our big annual conference on the 8th to 10th of September. If you haven't got a ticket for that, have a look at our website, climatebonds.net/conference. It is a bonanza about green transition. And if you have trouble getting a ticket, email me, let me know. I want you there. I need you there. This is our chance to really flesh out what the transition is going to look like. Thanks, Lea. Thanks, everyone. Talk next month.
Thank you, Sean.